What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XLM Stellar Lumens today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are sitting at about 42 cents as it stands. I want to look at the daily time frame, actually. Looking at the RSI here, this is suggestive that we go a little bit lower, and that's okay. We can go lower. It's fine. We can find support down at this area that we found support before. We found support before. We found support before. Kind of a little bit lower there, but you get the point, right? We can go lower. It's okay if we do. We're at 42 cents now, and I suspect that we do go lower. From a high to a low here, golden ratio, down to your 0.5. Maybe you only go down to about 41 cents. You're at 42 cents now. Maybe you only go to 41 cents. Maybe you go a little bit lower than that and you go all the way down to 37 cents. But I don't suspect you would go lower than 37 cents. Or if you did, you probably don't go below that low there, which is truthfully at 35 cents. So you're at 42 cents now. A little bit of a opportunity is how I would put it. But to be completely fair too, in moments like this, guys, I want to provide a little caution here. Okay, cautionary tale. Word to the wise. Moments like this, it's whenever things look like they want to move down. Because we are, don't get me wrong, don't get distracted. We are in an overall bullish phase of consolidation where this thing's going to rip. It's at 42 cents now. It's going to rip to prices above $2 in the next month and a half. It's going to happen. Okay, so that is on the table. And when stuff like that's on the table, it's when you look like you want to move lower that you actually start to move up. So watch for that. If you're looking for lower prices, this is where I give this kind of odd bit of, let's call it advice. It's not financial advice, but this is just my 2 cents as to how you should handle something like this. I think this, you guys, actually what I'm about to say, I think is a good way to look at any kind of investment going forward. It's a question, it's a way of thinking that you should think whenever it comes time to, should I buy more? Should I add? When should I do it? Should I DCA? All these kind of questions. Let me just explain what I'm saying here. Okay, so I'm expecting it goes lower. If I was a person who wanted to buy Stellar Lumens XLM and I wanted to buy I'm asking, is it a good price to buy now, but I know that the price is going to go lower? The answer is yes. It's a great time to buy now. It still is a great time to buy now, but it's different if you have XLM or if you don't have XLM. This is what I was trying to say whenever I had the big screen, right? Is that if you have XLM, sure, it's a good time to buy now, but you already have it. You're already exposed. Why be giddy? Why chomp at the bit to get in at every single chance you get? Why not be patient and wait, and maybe you get a very opportunistic moment, and then you can buy. If you have XLM, and not that that's that big of a difference, 42 cents to 37 cents, it's not that big of a difference, but it's something, right? If you have XLM, you can afford to be patient. If you have no XLM, you want to catch, you're at 42 cents now, and you hear, oh, it's going to go above $2, I want to get on that. If you have no XLM at all, I would say, and not financial advice, do whatever you want, but I would think just get in. There's no need, and this is what I was talking about as far as like this piece of advice that you can carry on for other things too. If you have no exposure to anything, whatever it is, but you're thinking about getting into it, but you want to wait for the price to go lower, get in. Just get in a little bit. DCA, put 20% in, 10%, 30%, 50%, whatever the KB, put 100% in, get paid on Friday, put more in, I don't know, whatever the case may be. But if you have no exposure, your priority should be get in, get involved, okay? Secondly to that would be trying to buy at ideal prices. Everybody's trying to, I had somebody ask, and it's a good question. It's a good question. I'm like rubbing my eyes as if I'm frustrated. I'm not frustrated. It's a good question. But somebody asked, they're trying to focus on their dollar cost average. You shouldn't focus on your dollar cost average. You should just focus on trying to get as much in as you can before it moves up, right? If your dollar cost average is up here, but you have 10K in there, your dollar cost average is down here and you only have $100, even if it goes to the same destination, the guy that has the higher dollar cost average is still going to make more money because he put more in. So who cares dollar cost average? If you have nothing involved in Stellar, get in because the next move is coming. But let's move on past this. I'm beating a dead horse here. Okay, so I think it goes a little lower. Truthfully, I suspect it will offer buying opportunities, but oftentimes in moments like this, that's actually whenever it's the most ideal to buy. And in that kind of context, I don't know, man. The 4 hour looks like it wants to go lower. The 1 hour looks like it wants to go lower. So I very much do think it goes lower. If you have 42 cents now, I'm calling for a 37-cent price. That's 37 to 35 cents, okay? Sticking with it, okay? Weekly time frame. We derive this $2 target from the low here to the high, this bull flag, right? It's a bull flag pattern. The way you measure it is by doing exactly what I just did there. You put that at the base of the flag, and that measures you out for your quote-unquote measure move, and that should take you to about 220 to 230, $2.20 to $2.30, somewhere around there. You're at about 42 cents now. So I suspect, being that that's our measure move, we will either hit it perfectly, fall just short of it, or exceed it, something like that. So let's look for other targets that make sense out of that in this area using other means, right? So from this high of last cycle, 2021, May, to the bear cycle low, our 1414 is right there. The 1618 is a little bit higher at 357, and then the 1272 a little lower at 154. Gives us a range, and I often, whenever I identify this range, I call it the primary target zone. But whenever talking about it for XLM here specifically, I say that I don't expect you stop at the 1272. I don't expect you to hit the 1618. I think you're most likely to hit this, and the closer you get to this line, or the closer you get to this line, the less likely your chances are that you stop, right? So likely when you hit this, you don't stop there. As you get here, it's the most likely, and then as you get away from that line again, it's getting less likely, and probably the least likely. I think it's just as unlikely that this thing stops at 357 as it would be that it stops at 154. Even more so, it might be more likely that it stops at 154, but still, I suspect something around $2 is what we'll see. The measured move lines up there, the 1414 lines up there, perfect. Let's get through here as well from the prior cycle, high to low, and you can see that the 1272 is just above that 1414, but still lining up in an area that makes sense. So I like seeing that congruence. That's nice. I want to see, I doubt it. I very much doubt it, but let's just see if this has any respect on it at all. So wouldn't that be crazy? No, nothing. If there is, it's some obscure things, but looking at the weekly RSI here, bouncing off the 60 is a very good look. Getting above the 60 is nice. Hopefully we can get into the overbought zone. I think that we will. And that would promote a lot of growth. A lot of growth. The last time that we got into the overbought zone was here November 11th, which was this week here, okay? Not in the overbought zone, got into the overbought zone. Here you're already in the overbought zone, so it seems like you're late to the party. But really, if you put a line right there at that weekly close, and then you were to draw a line from here from the bottom of this move to the top of that move, that's not even half the move. So you might not catch all the move if you're trying to buy this thing once the weekly RSI gets into the overbought. So you might not catch all of it, but you'll catch a lot of it. And all I'm trying to say by that is once we get overbought, it tends to not be the end of things. We at least have a little bit more to go. And in this case, that little bit more was 173% after getting into the overbought zone. So I do assume bouncing off the 60 here on the weekly RSI is a good sign that we probably do continue and get into that overbought. So once we get there, that's when it's really time to get excited. I think if we could watch for a price to get excited for, the price that I would get excited for to see this thing moving up from a high to low, we're at 42 cents now. If you wait until we're closing days above 48.5 cents, if we can close 2 days above 48.5 cents, I would say it's time to get excited for those prices that are above not just $1, but above $2. Okay, that's my suspicion, that's my expectation. If I'm wrong, if you want to prove me wrong and say that we break down, then I suppose close below on a given daily basis, you would just need to close below 34 cents. And even then, if you close below 34 cents, you'd likely hold support at 28 cents. So it's not the end of the world even there. But it's possible. You never know. I mean, Stellar Lumens, even from here, it could go to 28 cents. And then if it does, by the way, guys, if Stellar Lumens goes to 28 cents, everything I've said in this video remains true. So all that is just a better buying opportunity. It doesn't mean that this thing's broken. It just means that the movement up is a little bit more delayed than expected, and that's okay. I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say, so let's talk about the ribbons, and then we'll end this video. Why am I stuttering so much today? I don't stutter. I've never had a stutter in my life. I've never had a stammer. I might mumble sometimes when I talk, but dude, I have been stuttering all night. I am as clean as a whistle. I'm super sober. I don't know what it is, man. And I don't really stutter whenever I'm not sober. I just slur or don't talk at all. High to low here. Oh wait, we don't need this. We're looking at the ribbon here. Very bullish ribbon. Very, very bullish ribbon. Of course, you consolidated for 2 years. So your ribbon crossed to the downside, but I would associate this with a kind of false cross, because as you crossed, you had only higher lows and higher highs afterwards. You didn't actually see any bearish recourse from that cross. It all happened beforehand. So kind of a false cross to that degree. You're getting the real deal with the bullish cross, though. I think that's a good sign right there. And then, of course, breaking out of your overall consolidation range is going to be good. All in all that to say, the monthly ribbon looks really good. The weekly ribbon here, bullish as hell. Wow. You know you're bullish when you can't even touch the ribbon. But to be fair, maybe that's exactly what you do. Maybe you go down and touch it. I don't know. There's a case to be made for that. 3-day time frame looking bullish as well. Daily time frame also bullish, but kind of disrespected. Don't be sad, you guys. Don't be sad if we go below it. I suspect we do. Because, yeah, generally speaking, when you find support like this a bunch of times, you won't separate until you at least go back below it. And to go below, you'd have to go below 39 cents. We're expecting probably around 37 to 35 cents. So that all makes sense to me. I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. If you're wondering what the ribbon is, you just click on the templates here, the 4 square. I have recently used, so it tells me this. You probably just have open template. So you'll click this, you'll click open template. It's right here under technicals and MA exponential ribbon. And there you go. I like to put mine in log, but you can do it however you want to. Have fun. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.